It started just like any other university event that Charlie Kirk has done, on the road to becoming one of President Trump's most prominent supporters. But soon after he took to the stage, this.
Oh my God. Go, run, run.
A single shot and Charlie Kirk slumps to the floor, blood pouring from his neck. Panic on the Utah campus, a scramble for safety.
What just happened in Utah has left America in shock. A powerful voice in conservative politics, Charlie Kirk, is gone. Today, I'm breaking down everything we know so far, from the moments leading up to the shooting, to Donald Trump's reaction, and the national debate this tragedy has reignited. Stay tuned, because this story is unfolding fast, and it impacts the future of US politics in a big way. And before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss these critical updates.
Shock in the US after a prominent right-wing activist, Charlie Kirk, was shot dead while addressing students on a campus in Utah. Video footage showed Mr. Kirk, a close ally of Donald Trump, speaking and then slumping down in his seat. Charlie Kirk was credited with persuading young voters to support Donald Trump ahead of his election and was known to be close to the president and his family. In the last few minutes, Mr. Trump took to social media to confirm that Mr. Kirk has died. From Washington, Nick Beek has the latest.
It started just like any other university event that Charlie Kirk has done, on the road to becoming one of President Trump's most prominent supporters. But soon after he took to the stage, this.
Oh my God. Go, run, run.
A single shot and Charlie Kirk slumps to the floor, blood pouring from his neck. Panic on the Utah campus, a scramble for safety.
I was watching from pretty close up and I heard a pop and I thought, no, that nobody's shooting firecrackers, right? This is the middle of the day. And then I watched a fountain of blood come out of the side of his neck like a water fountain. And it was surreal.
President Trump soon posted this message on social media. We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him. 31 years old, one of America's most recognizable conservative activists, whose full-throttled support for Donald Trump has supercharged the MAGA movement. His regular appearances drawing crowds and both support and criticism. Today's event in Utah was part of Charlie Kirk's so-called comeback tour. Eyewitnesses said he was asked about gun crime in the USA.
A student went up there and asked Charlie Kirk a question about how many transgender shooters there had been in U.S. history. Charlie Kirk answered, the student gave him a rebuttal. And then Charlie Kirk goes to pick up the microphone to answer the second question, and that's when the shots went off.
An activist whose voice had been heard far and wide never finished his sentence. Charlie Kirk had been credited with bringing huge support for President Trump, particularly among young Americans. And it was the president who broke the news of his death. He wrote on social media, "The great, even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you." And we have heard that Charlie Kirk's wife and children were in fact at the university when he was shot earlier today. He was someone who invited everyone onto campus and encouraged this debate. Conservatives loved this approach. He was attacked by liberals. Tonight, though, there is this universal sympathy for him. Tributes are being paid from across the political divide, across the political spectrum here in the United States. This, of course, is the latest episode of political violence. President Trump himself the target of 2 assassination attempts last year during the election campaign, and it will once again reignite the debate over gun control in this country. It's worth pointing out that this state where it happened, Utah, is a place where you can carry a loaded weapon in the street without a permit. Tonight, Rita, crucially, we're hearing that the gunman is still at large. They are on the run.
Charlie Kirk was addressing students at a Utah university when chaos broke out. Witnesses describe hearing a single shot and then watching Kirk slump over, blood pouring from his neck. Panic spread across the campus as students scrambled for safety. Many said it felt like a nightmare happening in real time. Kirk wasn't just any activist, he was a close ally of Donald Trump. Known for energizing young voters, he played a big role in strengthening the MAGA movement. At only 31 years old, he was one of the most recognizable conservative voices in America, constantly touring campuses and sparking debates. This event was part of what he called his comeback tour. Eyewitnesses say Kirk was asked a tough question about gun crime and transgender shooters. As he reached for the microphone to respond, that's when the gunshot rang out. His wife, Erica, and their children were reportedly in the audience when it happened, making the tragedy even more devastating. Within minutes, Donald Trump took to social media. At first, he asked for prayers, but later he confirmed the news himself, calling Kirk legendary and praising him as a man who understood America's youth better than anyone. Tributes then poured in from across the political spectrum, from allies and even from critics. This shows just how influential Kirk had become. Right now, the shooter is still at large, and this tragedy is already sparking heated debates over America's gun laws. Utah, where the shooting took place, allows people to carry loaded weapons without a permit. That fact alone is adding fuel to the conversation about whether current laws are making the country more dangerous. Charlie Kirk's death is not just a personal loss for his family and supporters, but also a political shockwave that will ripple across the nation. The conversation about political violence and gun control is far from over. What do you think this means for America going forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And don't forget, hit like if you found this breakdown helpful, and click subscribe so you're always up to date with the stories that matter most.